How's it going, guys? So today I want to show you one of the easiest ways I've found you can make money online. And anybody can do this with no skills, no prior experience. You don't even need to write any words. This honestly is the simplest way you can make money online. And you can do so in 10 minutes. So go ahead and subscribe and we'll get started with the video. So the first place you're going to want to go is BookBolt, bookbolt.io. Now, basically what BookBolt is, it's going to let you create and sell low-content book types. And it's going to let you sell all different types of low-content book types, whether that's journals or coloring books or you name it. It will let you do it all just in a few clicks. And this really does kind of bring this down to minutes. This used to take me maybe 2 hours to do before, but now I can do it in minutes. And when I say minutes, I really do mean minutes. So it makes things a hell of a lot easier. So the best thing is that it's completely beginner friendly. Even if you have absolutely no graphic design experience or anything like that, it's completely simple, completely beginner friendly. So it's definitely the all-in-one kind of go-to place for creating low content books on Amazon. So once you sign up for your BookBolt account, this is the menu you're going to see right here. So if you watch this video and you still have questions, you can either leave a comment below or you can go right here into your BookBolt account and there'll be a bunch of videos showing you probably the answers to most of the questions you guys will still have. I went through and watched all of these when I signed up just to get some good information from BookBolt that they have that most people don't have. Now, what you're going to want to do when you get into your account is go here to the cloud. Now, this cloud's going to show you what's selling in different niches, what's popular right now, what's getting a lot of sales on Amazon. So what you don't want to do is, and this is a mistake that I made when I first started, is don't just pick a niche that you're interested in, especially for low content books. You can do that in the future once you get to maybe creating 30,000 word books and selling those at a higher price. Then yeah, I think maybe pick a niche that you're actually interested in. But for the time being, just let the data decide which niche you want to pick. Okay, so what you want to do is go over here to the category and you can pick between the different book types. Now, for this example, we'll set it to, it doesn't matter what you set it to, let's just go to journal for now. And I'm going to leave everything as it is right now. This is a good, you want to see the top 100. You don't really want to go looking at things that are 500 on the bestseller. It's not going to be worth your time. This is a good BSR range, 1 to 500,000. And let's just leave those as is right now and just hit search. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go down here and click to see the results data. Now this is going to show you a bunch of different things, but what you really want to focus on is the BSR and the average price. When we create our book, we're going to want to make it comparable to the average price we see here, okay? So obviously $25 is a little high for a low content book, but for about $9, $10, it's a good place to be. Now the BSR is the lower BSR you see, the better. Once you start getting down to 1,000, 2,000, then it gets a little bit too competitive, and there's usually people in those ranges with a big following, and that's why their BSR is so low. But this is quite good. Somewhere between 10,000 to even 30,000 is really good. I'm always happy when I see that. So that's the first thing you want to do is check those out. Just take note of this average price because we are going to use that to price our books. So then you want to go down and have a look at the books. So it seems like swear words seem to be popular. So you want to go down, see what you're seeing here, kind of floral patterns, kind of just spiritual self-care, kind of blank comic book for kids, a lot of couple things. These always seem to do well, a really good niche. So yeah, you just want to go in. I guess swear words are really popular right now, so that's definitely something to take note of. But yeah, so once you want to get a kind of a mental note, maybe write down a couple of notes of things you're seeing, popular kind of patterns or popular ideas or niches, and just get a note of what you're seeing that's selling well. Now, after you've created those notes, I want you to go ahead and click on a book. So right here, Amazon's kind enough to show us their sales. So let's look at this book is $4.99, and they're estimating about 885 sales. Okay, so let's get the calculator up. got just under $400 for that one book, and that's a very low content book. God knows what's even in it. It's a swear word coloring book. So yeah, they're making just under $400 for that. As you can see, their BSR is very low. So obviously you're not going to get there. Well, you might, some people do, but more likely you're not going to be there straight off the bat. But you can make multiple books that might be a BSR of, let's say, this one, 1100, but it's still $7 times 500 a month. So there's a lot of money to be made there. Even this one, it's $7 times 573. That's $4,000 too. So, you know, even if a BSR is 1,000, you can still make a good few books, and they can all be doing well. So even if you make the book and they sell for $100 a month each book, that's a big win because they stack up. So the next thing you want to do is once you've decided your kind of cover that you want to do for the niche, obviously your cover type has to match the niche. But let's say you were going for this kind of floral kind of journal book. You go across to where your name is, click there. Then you want to go down to BookBolt Designer. This makes it real easy for you to create your book covers. Now, once you go there, it will ask you to log in. It's just your normal login details. Then you're going to want to go here. You want to go for cover. I always keep this standard 6x9 inch for my KDP books. It's a popular size. It's what KDP usually ask for anyway, so keep it as 6x9. You want the white paper, black and white with white paper. And then page count, you can make it whatever you want. I'm going to go make a whatever you think it's going to be. It depends on the book, but let's say it's 40 pages. Once you get into here, you can look through the menu. You can add text. You can add images that you've uploaded yourself. You can add shapes. You can kind of actually create some nice covers using the shapes. If you like to draw yourself, you can draw your own cover. Take some more time, but if you're artistic like that, then go ahead. If you're used to using things like Photoshop or Unity or something like that, where you have to stack on top with layers, or if you're just familiar with art in general, then there's effects you can add to your images. But first of all, I would say you want to go to images. Now, you need to make sure that the images you use are going to be royalty free, because if there's someone's images and they don't want you using them, then they're going to report your book and your account will end up being blocked. So you definitely don't want to do that. So I just typed in floral print here on the resources. These are all royalty free. So what you can do is if you just click on the image that you like, there you go, it pops up in here. So there we go. So you obviously want to kind of reshape this to fit within, still has to stay within the boundaries, remember. Okay, now once you're satisfied with the way it looks, you can go ahead and start adding your text. You just want to make sure that your pictures here are over these lines all the way to the edge, because this will be where it's cut off. These are the bleed lines. So just make sure that your images are stretched all the way out. Okay, so the next thing you want to do once you've done that is you want to go over here to shapes. Now you want to add some text, obviously, for your title of your book and a little bit of description so people actually know what they're buying. So let's go for, we'll go for this rectangle. Now remember, the right side of your book is the cover. So all your text, you want that to be on this right side of your book. Now obviously black doesn't go very well with this cover, or maybe it would. You could have black and then you could have just the text on top of that. That might be nice. But just so you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to go and change the color of this rectangle. There's a bunch of colors here, pre-made colors, but you can do a custom. Click here, you can do a custom color. Let's go with white just so you can see what we're doing for now. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and add the text for the title of the book. You just click here on text, and there's tons of fonts in here. And if you don't like any of those, you can load 1,000 more fonts for free. So, but for now, let's just pick Oswald for now. Just want to drag that over here. Now you can easily shift this about. You just double click on a pad or just click for your mouse, and you can drag these little tags to extend the size. Now if you don't like the font, the color of the font, you can double click on that highlight the text, click on this little bucket here, and then you can pick the color of the font. Let's go for a nice yellow. Yeah, let's call it yellow. Click off to the side. Now, whatever you can make this whatever color you want. You can put, obviously you could change this text to say whatever it is you're making. Maybe it's nice if it's darker blue, purple. So yeah, you can play around with it and see what you like. There's a bunch of different options, lots of different fonts. So just try and get it to suit. Have a look at the best sellers that we were looking at earlier and make sure you can see what they're using, what's successful, what the top sellers are doing. Just kind of emulate that. Obviously don't copy them, but just kind of take that as inspiration. Now, once you're happy with your design, you want to go up here and click download. Now, this is going to spin for a couple of minutes, but you can see how quick that was. We just basically made a journal that's fit to go on Amazon that other people are using to sell and make $4,000 a month in a couple of minutes. And obviously you can do this a lot faster without somebody talking all the way through it. So you'll get through this in a couple of minutes just to make this. So yeah, it's very, very simple, but this is going to download a PDF version of this book that is all predisposed to suit Amazon KDP. So it'll be perfectly suited. You can just upload it straight to KDP. Now, once that's done, you just want to go ahead and click download. This is going to show you the PDF of your book. You just want to give it a once over, make sure it looks like what it looked like in BookBolt. Give it a quick look, and then you want to go ahead and download it. Your computer might be a little bit different, but you just download this right to your files, then you can go ahead and upload that onto KDP. So go ahead and get that downloaded. After you've done that, you want to go back over to BookBolt Designer, and you want to create the inside pages. Now remember, we don't have to do any text for these books. You don't have to write anything. This is a journal, so you can just go ahead here and click Interior. Now once you get in here, you want to go ahead and first pick the right size of page. Now remember, we used 6x9 for this, so you want to go ahead and select that. And we also used, for my example, was 40 pages. So get that put in here. Here's all the different interior pages that BookBolt give you. There's calendars, there's body measurements, there's recipe books, there's a whole bunch of things. But for this example, we just want to use, you can't see it behind this, but the third one in is actually the journal. You can just see at the top there. You want to go ahead and select that one. Put this to 6x9, 40 pages. Do the same thing and download that as a PDF also. So that will download 40 pages. Just double check. Yep. You want to go ahead and download that to your computer also. So once you've downloaded them, you can see just how simple this is. It takes no skills, no graphic design. I think you could probably do this in a few minutes. It takes me just a few minutes to get this put together. Maybe I can spend 5 minutes putting the cover together, but you can see just how simple it is. And you can make tons of these. Maybe you can make 10 a month, upload them all to Amazon, and just see that income pile up with every book you add. But the next thing you want to do is go over to KDP and actually upload your book to Amazon. So let's go and have a look at that. So first of all, you want to go here to KDP, that's Kindle Direct Publishing. I'm not going to go ahead and show you how to set up an account on this video. I will create another video though, walking you through exactly how to set up an account. It is pretty simple and straightforward, so you can go ahead and do it without waiting for that video. But first of all, you want to go and click here for paperback. And then this is pretty simple, but for me it'd be English. Then the first step is your book title. So for your book title, you want this to rank as well as possible, and keywords are the most important factor for ranking on Amazon. So Amazon algorithm is going to take the keywords in your book title and your subtitle and rank you based on those keywords. So it's going to put you into a niche that it thinks suits your keywords. And if you have more high ranking keywords, it will rank you higher on Amazon. So the simplest way to do that is to go back to BookBolt. And what you want to do is click here on keywords, search. You might have to log in again. once you log in, you want to go here, and whatever your book is, I would just type in one word that relates to whatever you're creating. So let's say this is a journal. So let's type in journal. This is going to create a list of keywords. So here you can see the Amazon search volume. What you want to look for is keywords with a high Amazon search volume and a high competition. Now, sometimes you might want to get the medium competition because that's going to have a lower cost per click, which is the advertising on Amazon. But let's just look through this and see what we see. It actually seems to be a little glitchy right now. It can be like that sometimes. Like sometimes it'll just show you journals or journals for journaling, which is not going to be the most searched keywords. What you really want to see is clear words here like anxiety journal or Bible journal or dream journal, things like that. This seems to be glitchy right now, unfortunately, but you can do that, or you can go over to Amazon and search in journal and to auto-populate words for you. Those are usually the most searched words, but pick something that you're building it on. Obviously, if your book is a dream journal, then you want to call it dream journal. You can also go back and look at those top sellers that we were looking at before on those top sellers on BookBolt. You can look at the keywords they're using in their title, the top sellers, and obviously they're top performing keywords. So let's say we went with dream journal. What you're also going to want to do is put some keywords into the subtitle. Just try and make it fit in as many as possible, but still make sense. And then you want to scroll down, leaving these blank, Except from this, you obviously want to put your name in. If you have a business name, you can use that. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you want to build your series of books off of. You can skip the contributors. Now for the description, you're going to want to get keywords in here also. So this takes a little bit more time. Just try and make it make sense. Give it a nice clear description that's easy for people to read with as many keywords as possible. So put a description in here. Then you want to go down here. Obviously, this isn't a copyrighted book, so you want to click here. You can get copyright if you want to, but I don't think it's necessary for these types of books. Now, for this section, you're going to want to pick some of those keywords that are most applicable to your book. Now, another thing you can do is you can go over to Amazon. You can drop this down to books. You can type in journal, and it will show you keywords. This will autofill. So these are the most searched types of journals. You can also add a extension on your Google Chrome that will show you keywords before and keywords after. This is a pretty useful tool, but this gives you the most searched ones. So if you have a dream journal, you might want to pick some of these keywords like for women or for boys or moon and stars, dream journal, whichever you think are the most suitable to your book. This is on top of doing this. This has been a little glitchy right now. That's the reason I'm using that other option, but usually this will have a much better range of answers. I'm not sure exactly what's going on today, but sometimes this can happen. But most of the time it will give you, 90% of the time it will give you a great range of keywords. But you want to pick those and you want to put them straight into here. Try and fill them all up if possible. You don't have to, but it's best to do that. Once you've done that, you want to choose your category. So the good thing about BookBolt is if you go back over here and click on your name, you go down to KDP Category Finder. This is going to help you find the category to put your book in. So let's type in journal or whatever it is you're doing. Look, it's got a few options here. Juvenile fiction, that's not us. Non-fiction, yes, but it's not exactly language and arts. No, this top one's probably right for us. Literary collections with diaries and journals. That's the good match for us. So if you go back to your KDP setup, you go choose category, and you go down, and here it is here, diaries and journals. Click that, click save. Okay, now that you've done that, you don't want to go for the large print. That's going to print a larger font. It's going to print a larger book. That's going to cost more money. Obviously, no, this doesn't include strong language, unless you want to make your journal one of those swearing journals that seem to be popular right now. And you can go save and continue. Now you want to assign yourself a free ISBN. Yes, assign. This is just like the barcode. Once you get your ISBN, you want to go down here. You want to pick the publication date as today. You can do any day, it doesn't really matter, but it's best to do the same day. Keep it as black and white interior with white paper. Obviously, if you have a colouring book or something, keep it black and white, but if you have a book that has pictures included, then you're going to want to click standard colour or premium colour, but these will affect the price it costs for Amazon to print your book. So if you have colour inside, it's going to cost them more to print your book, which means lower profits for you. However, if you have a book with colour inside, you can always increase the price of your book to offset those losses. Now remember, we created our book as 6x9, so you want to go ahead and keep that. No bleed and matte finish. Now uploading the paperback manuscript, that is your interior pages that we downloaded earlier as a PDF. So you want to click here, upload your PDF. You then go here, click the upload the cover you already have. Remember, we created this image for your cover on BookBolt, so you want to go ahead and upload that. Click this yellow button here and you can upload your picture. Okay, once you've gone ahead and uploaded those in, you want to go down here and click Launch Previewer. Now this is going to show you exactly what your book will look like, so you want to make sure you just give this a quick once over before saving and continuing to the next step, which can take a few minutes, so you may have to be patient here. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the cover that we created. It looks pretty good here. It's got your barcode there. You give that a quick look over. You can flick through the pages just to make sure they should all just be the blank pages. You can go ahead and approve it if you're happy with yours. Now here, this is going to tell you the price of the printing cost of your book. You want to keep note of this because we're going to need this for in the future, and you'll also need it to calculate your profits. This is how much Amazon is going to charge you every time they print one of your books. So that's the good thing about Amazon. You don't need a place to store your books or print your books. Every time there's a book ordered, they'll just print one off. They'll charge you $2.15, which will be taken off of the cost of your book. Here you can change if you want to sell it just in the US or just in the UK or wherever you are. I'm going to leave it as all territories for now. Leave that as the primary as Amazon.com if you're in the US. So what you want to do here is, if you remember when we were looking at these books on Amazon, it had them about $9 to $10. So you want to be in that average range. So let's say we put it for $9.49. So it's going to charge $2.15 printing, and it will pay you a royalty of $3.54 for every book that is sold. And this will show you all the different Amazons from around the world, so all the different royalties you'll receive. Now obviously that doesn't seem like a lot of money. It's $3.50 for one book. Now obviously we don't want to just be selling one book. Let's say you sell this book, let's say you sell 40 of these a month. That's about $140 for one book. And you've seen how simple and fast it is to make a book like this. So let's say if you make 10 of them, if you have 10 books and you're selling 30 a month, that's $1,400 a month. So you got to so it can definitely be done fairly easy. This is one of the easiest methods I've come across for making money online, and I'm personally making over $6,000 a month now. I won't tell you how many books I have because it doesn't matter. Some people make that with 10 books, some people make it with 30 books, some people make it with 100 books. All that matters is you keep putting the books on. You can see how easy and cheap it is. You don't need any experience whatsoever with any graphic design, or you don't need to write a word. What I would say is, if you have books up and you're not seeing success, you might want to go over to Amazon and have a look inside of these books, and I will show you how to do that right now. Now what you can do is you can go over here and actually look inside people's journals. We just type in journal on Amazon, make sure it's on books. You can actually go here and look inside and see what they're doing and get some ideas. So obviously not everybody has them completely blank. Some people have a little a little introduction, introducing themselves, just makes a little difference, makes their book stand out a little bit more. But still, you can see how simple and basic this book is. They've just added an image, which you guys know how to do, and added some text, which you also know how to do. You can see it's some blank pages where you can write in your journal with little bits of art and text. But this is definitely very, very simple book to do. If we go back here, we can see this book is 146 on the BSR, so monthly sales of 852, and that's selling for $8.99. So that's $8.99 times 852, which is $7,659. Now, of course, as we know, they'll only pay you a royalty, but let's say it's half of that. This one book's earning just under $4,000 a month, and you can see how simple that is to make. So what I would say is go ahead, start making these books. Try and make them all kind of relatable, so you can kind of have a niche that you kind of work in, and people know who the person is. So this will be Monica Sweeney, and she's probably done that. She probably has books all within a similar niche. Let's have a look. Yeah, she's got a lot of cooking books. Yep, it looks like she started cooking books and now she's changing it to, yeah, mix of journals and cookbook. All simple, easy, low content books that anybody can go ahead and make and publish yourself. So it's as simple as it gets to making money online. Now you've seen that anyone can do it. You can definitely go and do it. I would say put a little bit more effort in than I did with my cover. I threw that thing together pretty quickly, and I'm sure you can make it look a lot better than I did, and I definitely put more effort in than that when I'm making them myself. So go ahead, start making your books, just get started doing it. Try and make one a week, maybe 2 a week. Get them up there on Amazon and you'll start making money quickly. As always, guys, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.